How much money can you get in an all-star tower defense game solo? Now, I don't mean like gems or any currencies like gold. I mean literal money in a game. Now, obviously, if you go into infinite mode and go into training, you can easily get 9.99 billion money. But how much can you get legitimately? Like, how much can you yourself generate? That's what I wanted to find out, so I did. Now, the obvious way of getting as much money as possible is by farming. But we need a better farm than Bulma. Maybe the gem finder. But I do want to play it solo, so I can't really get help from anyone else. Idol works and it's a good buff, but do I really need her? Obviously Speedwagon should be the obvious bet because he's the best farm, right? Or maybe I could get some help from Octopus. No, I decided not to. Why? Well, yes, I did get help from some of the farms, yes. But the main farm I had was this dude, Killua. Now, Killua is not a farm, but he does have this special ability, Wishes. Now, if he uses Wishes, he can either wish for healing, death, or money. Healing gives him HP on the base, death gives him damage, basically as a nuke, though it's really weak, but money gives him 200,000 money. Just instantly. And that's not per wave, that's per ability usage, and you can have 8 of him. So I figured if you just use Killuas and stall, you can get a lot of money. So that's what I did. So what I did was early game, I just farmed, put down Speedwagon, put down Idol, and just try to get a cheap defense. Now, once I get enough money, I just max all my Killuas, max one by one to just get enough money as possible. I place them at the very back so I can stall as much as possible, and they only kill the enemies once, well, they hit the very back. I place Blackbeards at the front so everything gets slowed, but I couldn't really time stop all the time because my boost dealt a lot of damage. But that's basically my strats. I have Killuas at the back, I try to use the abilities as many times as possible. I get as much money as possible for my farms. I basically slow the enemies at the front, time stop when I actually can, and then kill the enemies once they are at the back. That was the whole strategy I used, and it worked very well. Also, my goal this run was 100 million because I've never seen anyone have 100 million, and with 100 million, you can basically buy any unit. Actually, in fact, you can buy any units. And like 100 million is just a nice number to like stay at, so that was my goal. And after the run, I realized that I can definitely get more than what I originally anticipated. With this loadout, maybe 100 million, but like with a better loadout, you can definitely get much more than what I personally got. Alright, so I'm at like 95 million cash if I sell Killua and collect Octo. So I need 5 million more cash. But I do not think I can beat another wave after this, since so many enemies are leaking. And I lost like 500 million HP. I can risk it for one more wave. Otherwise, I could just fully auto-skip and hope that I get enough. That is risky though. Because right now, after the wave skip, and after I get all the money, I have 56.6 plus 24.7, plus if I sell everything, and now plus 0.2, plus 16, I'm 97.5. Will I get 2.5 million with full auto? I might. But I do think it's worth it to risk, or not risk, like, play a bit. I'll just auto actually. Yeah, now it's time to auto. Yeah, never mind. I gotta re-go it here. I hope that auto's gonna be enough. And let's place BB on a slightly better spot. Hopefully my Killuas still generate a lot of money while we're autoing. And then we're gonna sell Killuas. Like, the last thing I do is sell Killuas. Killuas, like, Oh my god, it's not autoing. Killuas need to generate money, because that is what actually makes me a lot of money. 200k per ability. I got like 10 abilities every wave before. So that was insane. Not every wave. I got like 5, but still. I do think that if you use Apollo and just Touch of Grace a D-Cell every wave, you could get so much stall and get like 10, 15 abilities a wave. But I don't want to wait like 10 minutes, 15 minutes every round. So I don't think I will do that, but I do think that I'm gonna get 100 million just with this. Like the DPS I have are Killua and Boo. One being a support, one being not even a damage dealer. So I don't have good DPS, and I'm still at wave 98. So that's quite insane, honestly. That's how much stall and slow can do for you. Well, I'm literally just DPSing with Boo, but yeah, I should be getting another ability here. Buff is on. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I was never gonna kill like 800 mil, so I'm just doing this. How much money do I have now? Let's calculate it. So I have 59.3 plus 25.9 plus 16. I shouldn't have enough, but I want to get as much as possible, so I'm not gonna sell it yet. I am gonna do it if I do see someone that's not slowed. And I'm actually gonna stop this one, and I'm gonna like put it like at the back, because I do not want an enemy to just walk past. And I'll do that with all these Blackbeards that are at last, because last is worse than first in my opinion. It just doesn't get the catch, the leaks. So the TS is still going. I think I can get one more wave skip, and then I'm gonna collect from Octo. And I'm gonna have probably the most amount of money anyone has ever had. Actually, I might even get to wave 1 or 2 before I need to sell. I do not want to risk it. And I do not know why I'm not getting any of these abilities. Because I should. Okay, it was just, it didn't collect. Okay, wave 101, I'm gonna cash out now. Bang. Sell. Sell. Sell this. Sell. Maybe I can get that one. Sell. 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 Maybe I can get one more. One more. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna sell my BBs. Just get a bit more money. These boos I can sell. BB. 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 I'm leaking. I cannot activate that one. I could have done one more wave. No, I gotta sell this, right? Yeah, I gotta sell that. 104 million. I mean, 104 million, that is a lot. 104 million cash. I do not think anyone has ever gotten that much, but I do think that you can get more. And this was only solo, but like if you're doing solo, I do think you can still get a lot more, like 150 million. Yes, it was definitely a struggle to get 100 million cash. So why am I saying that you might be able to get 150 million cash? That just sounds outright insane. And solo, should that even be possible? Literally, if you survive for 100 rounds, you literally need to average a 1.5 million cash every round. Literally, even at the wave 1. So basically, if you just count in once you actually have all your units, you need to get like 2.5 million cash every round. Is that even possible? Apollo plus Blackbeard on a D-Cell enemy on the longest map, or well, probably the longest map, or farm map, basically allows me to use Killua ability twice, like in one round. So if I had 8 of them, 16 times. Now if I add a TS to that, probably 24 times, because 3 times each. And I do think that I could get away with a cheaper TS. I really do want a cheaper TS, but then that would mean that I have to resell and or rebuy, sell, rebuy all the time, and that would actually waste quite a lot of money eventually, since they are so slow. So I do like having Boo to just have that basically full map TS, and have 5 billion HP, because then I don't have to worry about leaking. And then I do like Tanjiro because of Sunburn and killing air specifically, because I don't have anything to kill air. But there's probably something else that could be better. Like Aizen is pretty good because of Rewind, but I don't think it's worth it to have that. Well, Tanjiro literally adds slow and kills air, and is a pretty good DPS at the back, so I don't die even without idle. So I do think that this is gonna be a very good loadout. I'm not saying it's gonna be the best, but I do think it's a contender to be the best. Otherwise, I would replace Boo with a better TS. Well, a cheaper TS, not a better one. A cheaper TS, because I do think that would be better. And Tanjiro, I'm not even sure, but I do not think Octo or Idle is gonna be worth it here. So that's basically what I'm thinking. Early game was quite simple. Obviously I went for normal because then the enemies are slower and they have less HP. So that's what I did, and early game I just started to farm. The only farm I have is Speedwagon, and the reason why I don't have cost reduction orb on him is because I do want to use it on Kilowatt to save a lot of money. I do think it's worth it to have a rainbow orb on him though, because it just saves a bit more money. Now just defend with as little money as possible. I farm as well as I can, and once I get a maxed Speedwagon, I start getting my Kilowatt. Also, I ready up Apollo in a pretty good spot where you will understand why later, and Blackbeard I'm gonna use as well. But yeah, I basically just defend with little money, max my Speedwagon, and then instantly try to get a maxed Kilowatt, because once I get 1 Kilowatt maxed, I can already start stalling and get as many abilities as possible. Yes, it will be slow in the beginning, you won't get a lot of money, but it's still better than not stalling at all. I do also gotta kill like everything, like air, so I actually had to upgrade Tanjiro. It doesn't actually waste anything. I don't get Kilowatt a wave later or anything. But yeah, already now when I have my max Kilowatt, I have Blackbeard, so it slows everything. I Apollo, I use Touch of Grace on a single decelerate enemy, and I already stall for as long as possible. So every round, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Apollo, use Touch of Grace as fast as possible on a decelerate enemy, slow it, and just stall as long as I can. And at wave 41, I finally got all my kilowatts maxed. So that was quite quick. It's not that I would have gotten them maxed if I only did Speedwagon. That's why stalling, even when I don't have 8 kilowatts, is worth it. So I already have at 41 maxed kilowatts, and for convenience sake, I use auto on them all at the same time. So yeah, now it's just to stall and grind with 8 kilowatts. Now, one wave I tried to test the Sunburn slow, and I don't think Sunburn works on Apollo decels, because I think if you Touch of Grace a decelerate enemy, it gets as slow as it possibly can, and Sunburn does not have a single effect, because I could not see a single difference between these enemies once I use Sunburn. I literally could not. Now, keep in mind that the enemies usually have too little HP, so I cannot actually TS. I can't use Boo. There's a reason why Boo is still gonna be necessary, and why Boo is gonna be the one you need, the one TS you need, even though there are TS that's like don't have that much damage. But yeah, it's worth it to sacrifice TS for like the first 40-50 rounds, because I could not basically ever TS because Boo just has too much HP. But it's worth it because of the HP. You'll see why later. Here on wave 70, I also got my 100 million. So I got 100 million at like wave 100 on regular infinite without Apollo. So I think this was really efficient, because I already got 100 million and the enemies are not hard at all to kill. They are really easy to kill, in fact. And yeah, it's really cool that I got 100 million in wave 70 once, like, I actually started farming at wave 40, because, well, that's when I got my kilowatts maxed. So it's quite cool to basically in 30 waves have gotten 100 million cash. I'm gonna have to tank most of this. This is so tanky. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? I'm gonna put this in last because I wanted to hit to just get the sunburn all the time. Because this is gonna hurt like really badly. Worst case scenario, actually die here, and I don't want that to happen. Really, I don't. But I don't think I'm gonna die here. Wait, let's actually see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, as long as the HP is like below 200 million, which it is for most of these, I'm not gonna die. So that's good. I'm not dying. Now I just gotta... Yeah, next wave, I would probably die. Yes, I didn't leak that much, but I don't think I'm gonna survive next round. These enemies have quite a lot of HP, so it's fine having this. I'm gonna just, in case the sunburn does anything, I really don't think it does. To my testing, it really didn't when I had a decel. I don't know why. It should, but it doesn't. Tanjiro reaches like here. I'm gonna stop controlling that and control the next one later. And then probably have more TS, because I just want to stall this as much as possible. Because if I sell my Killuas, I get 14 million. If I sell all my Tanjiros, I have 4 of them, I get about 3 million, total about 17 million. Now, if I get like 2 more abilities than just full auto, I can get my 150 million. That was my goal. I can get more. First of all, I can get more with a different loadouts. And then second of all, I can get more without human error. But honestly, I'm fine with 150 million, because that would be insane. Like, 150 million is just a crazy number that I don't think anyone even imagined they could get in All-Star Tower Defense, when the most expensive unit is like 20 million, like Boros or something. Can I like place another Apollo here or something? Yep, let's do that. It's just the D-cells are way too fast, so I want to do that. I'm not going to get another wave of abilities with Killua. I'm just going to sell them immediately right now. 147 million, but keep in mind I still have my Tanjiros to sell. So I'm going to sell this Tanjiro. I'm going to keep my BBs. Like, BBs sell for nothing. 4k. I am going to sell this Tanjiro eventually. Well, I'm not going to kill any of them. It's just, I can keep the boost, because boosts sell for nothing either. The boost just TS, so that's good. I'm going to sell all my Tanjiros now. I have 151 million. That is insane. 151 million cash. I don't know what to say, because 151 million cash is just insane. Like, dang, I did not think that was possible. And I've been alive for 85 waves. So 151 divided by 85, literally 1.77 million every wave, and that's counting the first like 30 waves that I didn't have any money. So it's kind of insane. Yeah, I think it's worth it to stall one more round to get wave 88. Wave 88 could get me 300k more. I don't think I'm gonna get more money though, because I just got from 151 to 152, so I will not get any more money. But let's just see if I can get wave 88. Though I don't... Yeah, got wave 88. I'm not gonna get wave 89 with this. I'm just gonna sell it all. And 152 million cash. Yeah, that's quite insane. 152 million cash. And this game was 21,000 seconds long. 21,000 seconds long. Do you guys know how much that is? I was here for almost 6 hours. 6 hours. So yeah, human error is definitely gonna be a factor there. But yeah, one thing I can say is that Tanjiro can be replaced. Second thing, human error definitely got to me. Multiple times I messed up, and I could have definitely done a better early game. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. So yeah, maybe you even need Diavolo to get even more stall. I don't know. But yeah, the loadout can be improved, human error, and I still got 151 million, and I did think 150 million was possible. So I do think that like 170 million might be possible solo without human error and slightly better loadouts. I think that is possible, but I'm not gonna do it but I do think it's in the reach of a human solo. So if anyone wants to try, then sure, do it. Alright, so that's basically it. I got 150 million money in a single game, solo. That's more than I expected. Originally, I didn't even think like 100 million was even remotely possible, but then when I saw how much I could stall, I thought 100 million was possible, and then I thought 150 million should be possible if I actually use Apollo and stall every run. So I did, tried it, got barely 150 million, and that's kind of insane though. 150 million, well, the most expensive unit is like Boros, which is like 20 million, or it's like 18 million, and then Luffy and stuff like that. And if you count like units that you can place down 8 of, you can have like this guy, which like 7 million times 8, that's like 56 million. You can still buy all of that with plenty of money to spare. It's hard to spend 150 million. I'm not even sure you could spend 150 million. That's how much money it is in All-Star Tower Defense. So that's pretty cool. I do think you can improve the strategy, like I've said a bunch of times in this video, and replace Tanjiro and then just play optimally, though the game was for 6 hours. You can't blame me for not playing 100% optimally like a robot would for 6 hours. Obviously there's going to be human error, but yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like the video. If you like this content, I'll probably try to make more of this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one.